One final pit stop needs to be made on the road to WrestleMania before arriving inside MetLife Stadium on April 7th. And that takes place tomorrow night with the WWE Fastlane pay-per-view. Fastlane goes down tomorrow night inside the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Championships will be on the line this Sunday as the biggest show of the year draws closer, and one of the feature bouts of the evening will decide whether the most popular superstar in the company will get the challenge for one, likely in the main event, come WrestleMania 35. Hello, friends, and welcome to this very special edition of the Wrestling Forum. It's our WWE Fastlane 2019 preview show. Your ridiculously over good brother Anthony Florio here, alongside the phenom Michael Bullock. Fortunately, the Twisted Angel Dee Dee Whitson and good old MF Michael Bletcher not with us this evening, but they should be with us tomorrow night for the recap. So for right now, let's dive on in. Two kickoff show matches, rather. We got Big E and Xavier Woods of the New Day squaring off against Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. I got the New Day winning that. And then Rey Mysterio and Andrade on the kickoff show, in the other kickoff show match. Should have been on the pay-per-view, honestly. I'm going with Andrade to win that, but we'll see what happens. But for right now, let's get into the big show here. We're going to start it off with a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Revival defending the titles against Aleister Black and Ricochet, and Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. For as strange as the Raw Tag Team picture has been over the last half year, the Revival has brought some normalcy to the Red Brands division. The sudden call-up of Black and Ricochet has been fun, as their matches have been great, but they are not a natural tag team, and it just feels like a forced way to get them on TV without running separate angles. Whether the Revival one day leaves WWE for AEW or elsewhere is insignificant. What matters most is a real team taking the titles into Mania. Roode or Gable can take the fall here. So, winners and still Raw Tag Team Champions, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, the Revival. Nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Aleister Black and Ricochet have been a lot of fun, but it doesn't scream Raw Tag Team Champions when it comes to those two. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, they should be going as separate singles competitors after this is all said and done. So it either comes down to Roode and Gable or the Revival. So yeah, I 100% agree with you, Florio. I'm going to go with the Revival to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. And you want to know what they'll be saying after they win, Florio?
Say yeah.
Amen.
Love that theme song. You know that.
I was waiting for you to say that after you picked them.
Well, I've had a very busy day myself, so. But anyways, let's continue on here. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. The champion Asuka defending the title against Mandy Rose. Gee, Bullock, who do you like in this one?
Well, I know some people who would like to see the upset happen here with Mandy Rose winning the SmackDown Women's Championship, but to me, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I have to go. I gotta go with the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, to walk into WrestleMania 35 as your SmackDown Women's Champion. But before we toss it to you, Florio, a quick thing I gotta mention to you here. I'm pretty sure you've heard about the Special Olympics World Games that are happening in Abu Dhabi.
I believe I have.
Yeah, well, a certain friend of mine who right before they left for Abu Dhabi, I think in New York, his name is Scott Davis, who's on the Team USA team. Well, just before he left for Abu Dhabi from New Jersey, let's just say, well, he ran into a certain golden goddess, if you know what I mean.
You met Mandy Rose.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, I just pulled it up, and Let's see if I can get it.
Look at that.
And
Lucky
I'm
man.
sitting there like, you lucky son of a gun.
That would be me too.
Yeah, so unfortunately, he won't be sitting here with the SmackDown Women's title. It's going to be the Empress of Tomorrow walking into WrestleMania as the SmackDown Women's Champion. I give it to you, Florio.
I agree. I got Asuka as well. You know, Mandy Rose has done just fine so far in her bump up to the title level, but that doesn't mean she should win the belt in this one. Asuka should very much be protected in order to give both the title and her character the clout they deserve entering WrestleMania. It's more likely that Lacey Evans makes another confusing and silly strut down the ramp to provide some form of distraction that teases her future as a main event player. Plus, some dirt sheets I've read have said that Lacey Evans is in line for a push, and that Lacey Evans will be the one challenging Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. So we'll see if that goes down. So, but for right now, it is Asuka, winner and still SmackDown Women's Champion. Moving on to the Women's Tag Team Championship matchup. The champions, the Boston Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley, defending the titles against Nia Jax and Tamina. Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, my gut's telling me to go with Nia and Tamina here, but my heart is telling me to go with Sasha and Bayley, especially with some of the rumored matches that they have for WrestleMania for Sasha and Bayley. I'll get into that in a minute. There is a case to be made that the Samoan ladies taking the titles off Boston Hug Connection would allow the champions to get their WrestleMania moment, in addition to being the first female tandem to hold the new titles. But that will require Sasha Banks once again losing her first defense of a title, which has happened every time she's held the strap on the main roster. I'd much rather Banks and Bayley take the titles into Mania and maybe face a heel team like the Iconics. No good reason for Nia and Tamina to win here. But Iconics, that's a new one. But the but two, there are two rumors that I've heard. One, courtesy of a young man I follow here on YouTube. His name is the DVD Freak. During his Elimination Chamber review, he had teased the possibility of Sasha and Bayley defending the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania against Trish Stratus and Lita. And then I came across a dirt sheet saying Sasha Banks and Bayley could possibly defend against the Bellas. Now that would be both of those would be interesting, honestly. Iconics, I mean, that would be you know a nice little moment for them, but I don't see that happening. So, but what I do see is Sasha Banks and Bayley retaining the women's tag team championships here. But I would not be surprised, Bullock, if Nia and Tamina were to somehow steal it. So I got the Boston Hug Connection here. So Bullock, your thoughts on this? And don't be surprised if Nia and Tamina were to somehow steal these.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, but to me, I gotta go with the with the Boston and Hug Connection here. I mean, they just won the titles for the first time ever. To me, it would make no sense for to pull the title off of them. I mean, to me, I think they should go into WrestleMania as the women's tag team champion. So I'm gonna go with the Boston Hug Connection, Sasha and Bayley, to win it. And a little bit of some breaking news from the world of sports for real quickly. I think the Antonio Brown saga is finally over.
Okay.
He has been traded to the Oakland Raiders.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, just wanted to break that. We'll definitely get into it more, hopefully, Friday night on Strictly Sports.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Derek puts that on the docket.
But that's a little bit of breaking news. So Florio, let's move on to the next match that's on the card.
And you'll be starting it off. SmackDown Tag Team Championships on the line. The Usos defending the titles against the team that they won them from at the Elimination Chamber. McMiz, Shane McMahon, and The Miz. I think we all know how this one goes down.
Oh yeah, I think we definitely know how this is going to go down. Usos are going to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and I think this is where where Miz is going to finally turn on Shane McMahon, and it's going to set up that rumored matchup at WrestleMania with Shane O'Mac and The Miz. So I got the Usos retaining. Florio, it's yours.
There is absolutely nothing residing within this feud that would lead one to believe the Usos are dropping the titles back to the quote-unquote greatest tag team in the world here. From the moment they got together, we've merely been waiting for Miz and Shane O'Mac to implode. And with WrestleMania nearly here, that's coming sooner rather than later. As far as the Usos are concerned, now that the Hardy Boys are back together on SmackDown Live, most of us, including myself and Bullock, are salivating over Matt and Jeff Hardy battling with Jimmy and Jey Uso over the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, likely at WrestleMania. No way those titles leave the Usos on Sunday. So winners and still SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jey, the Usos. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
And if we get that match at WrestleMania and if the Hardys do win it, you know what that means?
Green beans!
For everyone! Yes!
And it will be wonderful.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We're gonna give MF hell on that one come Mania, should it happen. But for right now, let's get back into this. Okay, now we got some serious business here. The return of the Shield. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose squaring off against Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. 6-man tag team matchup. There's only one way this goes. This is one of the easiest ones to call here. It's the Shield. WWE may be pushing it a little bit with the quote-unquote last time ever narrative in regards to this latest Shield reunion, but with Dean Ambrose still set to leave the company shortly after WrestleMania, it'll be the last one for a while at least. Even in a multi-man bout, there's no way Roman Reigns is going to be on the losing end in his first match back, and neither will Seth Rollins take an L in any manner before he squares off with Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. This impromptu Shield reunion immediately upon Reigns' return was meant to be a feel-good moment, and it will be. The legendary trio will dispose of the heels to give us just that. If anything truly notable from this match, maybe look for a post-match angle in some form that sets up a singles match for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So nothing more to say here. Winners, Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. How about it, Bullock?
Oh, yes. This is definitely an easy one. It's the Shield all the way. I mean, it's an easy call. I mean, this is definitely a way for them to go over the heel team there. So, yeah, there's really nothing more except Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. Florio, it's yours.
All right, Bullock, get ready for this one. This is the match that all of us are going to have a very, very vested interest in. The man, Becky Lynch, one-on-one with the Queen, Charlotte Flair, with a caveat. If Becky Lynch wins, she gets added to Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania, making it a triple threat. Yeah. I wonder who goes over here, Bullock. I'm scratching my head on this one.
You know what, Florio? I'm scratching my head on this one too. Yeah, right. This is to me. I mean, I know we said the Shield, picking the Shield was an easy call. To me,
easy.
This is the easiest call to make here.
Amen.
It's the man, Becky Lynch, who's gonna go over. I mean, with the knee injury, I mean, it'll make it look like she's gonna have a hard time, but I think in the end, Becky Lynch will find a way to pull it out. So the man, Becky Lynch, is gonna win this match and punch her ticket back to the show of shows and set up that huge triple threat with Charlotte Flair and the now newly heel turn Ronda Rousey. And boy, all I can say is, Florio, when it comes to that newly heel turn, she's really kicked it up a notch. I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw that YouTube video.
Which one?
Well, there was one where she basically went after. I mean, she broke kayfabe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she basically went off on everyone, including the WWE universe, saying, "Oh, WWE is fake and all this bull crap."
Yep.
Yeah, if that's not proof that she's a heel, I don't know what is.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with this heel turn, and they're trying to, really get. I mean, it's very simple. They want to make her the monster badass heel. Charlotte Flair's the mecha heel, and Becky Lynch is, the lovable underdog babyface who has won the hearts of everyone in the IWC, especially one good old MF Michael Fletcher, who, as we all know, he's had a thing for that one forever.
Quite a while.
Yeah. But anyways, it's Becky Lynch. I mean, as far as predictions go, consider this one the lock of the show. That Lynch is victorious in this virtual play-in match to secure a spot at WrestleMania that she originally gained by winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. Somewhere along the way, WWE has overcooked this storyline a bit, but all can be repaired with not a good storyline development, but a great one tomorrow night, including a Lynch victory, a Ronda Rousey appearance, and enough new developments to get us fans amped up for what could be a historic first women's main event match on April 7th. The man, Becky Lynch. Enough said. And now for the main event of the evening, WWE Championship on the line. Champion, the new Daniel Bryan, defending the title. It was originally scheduled to be against Kofi Kingston, but Kofi out, Kevin Owens in. So it'll be the new Daniel Bryan defending against Kevin Owens. The return of Kevin Owens has been great so far, and he's really doing a good job on the mic as a face. But this was originally WWE's plan for WrestleMania 35, and there is no way they moved the match up to not follow through with Bryan versus Kofi Kingston at their biggest show of the year. Whether Owens loses clean, Kingston gets involved, or Rowan helps Bryan, presents enough intrigue that this match should still be an interesting and fun one to watch. But in the end, there's only one correct move. Winner and still the WWE Champion, the new Daniel Bryan. Nothing more to say on that except Bullock. If you go against that, fickle.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. But, yeah, anyhow, yeah, no doubt about it with this one. Daniel Bryan's going to retain the WWE Championship. I mean, Kevin Owens' return has been good up to this point. I mean, yeah, I mean, people, I mean, they still need to relax. We're going to get that match at WrestleMania with Kofi and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And, yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. The new Daniel Bryan retains the WWE Championship. And to anybody out there who picks against the new Daniel Bryan, you're fickle!
Shame!
Shame! Impotent! Change it!
Oh boy, has he been entertaining since the heel turn, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've eaten into it. That's all I can say on that. So I don't know if we're having more fun with the heel turn, or if we're having more fun than, or if it was more fun than the Yes movement.
The Yes movement was more fun.
Oh yeah,
but not by a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, when we did that WrestleMania 30 recap show, yeah, you and we gave MF hell all night long during that show, if you remember. So never forget it.
Yeah, I know there were times you're like, oh, geez, do I have to deal with these two morons for doing this?
Yeah, we were practically yesing the entire show. So, but nonetheless, that will pretty much put the bow on this. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in and listening tonight. And I don't really have that many high hopes for this show, honestly.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I'm leaning towards somewhere between 6 to 7. if I'm being honest. I mean, as I'm looking at the card here, I mean, Becky and Charlotte, I think, has the potential to be the fight of the night. I mean, but then again, Bryan and Owens, there's a good chance they could end up having a good match as well, considering their Ring of Honor days. We'll see if that comes into play. But we'll see. You never know. I mean, we didn't have high hopes going into the Chamber, and what did they do? The Chamber surprised a lot of us because of how newsworthy that show ended up being, and those two big surprise outcomes with the Usos winning and Finn Balor winning. So we'll wait and see. But I'm leaning towards 6 to 7. It's a filler pay-per-view, but I'll tell you what, come Mania, my hopes are much higher when it comes to Mania, especially with if they keep booking it the way they are, we could be in for one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. So 6 to 7 is my progressive rating. I don't know about you, Bullet.
I think it's going to be an even 6. I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah, because I mean, Becky and Charlotte and Bryan and Owen are the only ones that have potential to be the fight of the night. Really,
all the others are pretty much okay to pretty much there.
Yeah, why Rey Mysterio and Andrade is not on this main card is beyond me. I mean, why it's been relegated to the kickoff show is beyond me. But it is what it is. So that will do it for this. Thank you all so very much for listening and tuning in. We'll be back with you tomorrow night, immediately following the pay-per-view, over on Good Old MF Michael Fletcher's channel, as we will have our complete recap of Fastlane. And then Monday night, of course, immediately following Raw. It's ridiculously Raw. Fallout from Fastlane over on the Raw side as we officially kick off the road to WrestleMania. And then Tuesday night or whenever, either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on MF's schedule, it'll be the Cerebral Smack Talk with MF, as we'll run down the Fastlane Fallout for SmackDown Live. And if anything in the Mikey's mindset, we'll see. Of course, I'll have my Tony's take on 205 Live and Impact Wrestling as usual. And then Friday night, of course, Strictly Sports. You got to believe that Antonio Brown's story will be added to the docket. I'm sure Derek will put it on. NHL Power Rankings, other college basketball power rankings. I don't know. We'll see how it goes down. But that's it. So until tomorrow night for the Fastlane recap show with MF over on Brace Fair 95. It's your ridiculously over good brother Anthony Florio, for the Phenom Michael Bullock, and in spirit, good old MF Michael Fletcher, Dee Woodson, and Derek Forever. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Sunday. And until tomorrow night for our Fastlane recap with MF, you've been watching and listening to this very special edition of the Wrestling Forum, our WWE Fastlane 2019 preview right here on Zone 25 on YouTube.com. And remember, no matter what anyone tells you, wrestling is indeed actually real. For everybody who's been a part of this one, for now, Florio, so long. Bye, everybody. Bye.